to the Interstellar Channel. Today, we're going to be speaking about self talk, self image, and the power of your words. Let's start with the power of your words. I believe that the words that you say about yourself and about others, about the things around you, are a dagger to your reality. They can literally cut up or glue together your reality to look exactly how you want it to. When I first came across the law of attraction space, there were a lot of people who were talking about you become what you think about most of the time, which I don't disagree with, but I'll explain it in a different way in a moment. But then I also saw people using the word I am. They'd say I am and then a prefix, or sorry, as the prefix, and I am grateful, or I am wealthy, or I am happy. Generally speaking, people would say these things a few times when they were meditating or at some of these conferences. They were like, just say it once in the morning and once in the day and once in the nighttime. And I don't think that works. The person who believes themselves to be lucky is incredibly lucky, and the person who believes that they're not is not. It's same for, if you believe that you'll find love easily, or if you'll find a job easily, or if you'll find, I don't know, like money easily. If you believe those things, they will happen for you. And if you believe the opposite will happen. So I slowly learned that the universe doesn't give you what you want or what you sit down and affirm. It gives you who you are. The weird paradox: you can't have what you don't have, and you can only have what you do have. It's a it's an interesting thing to think about. Now in the UK, a lot of people are speaking about how jobs are so hard to find or things are so expensive, and that is the truth for you if that's what you believe. Most of the conversations that you have are with yourself on a day-to-day basis. When you're sitting in the car, or if you're at work, or if you just sit down, there's a voice inside your head. Now you got to realize how is that voice? What's the nature of that voice? There were times in my life where that voice was very upset, angry, negative. Rather than labeling these emotions, let's just say it was generally negative. And over time, it's come to a point where it's quite, I'd say it's actually very positive. It's optimistic. Optimistic is what I'd say it is. Did that happen overnight? Absolutely not. What I did was specific planning to change it. Repetition can rewire your subconscious depending on the extent of it. And it's not going to work for every single person. You're going to have to find out what works for you. What I did was, first of all, I would write it out every single day, an affirmation, I am, and then followed by whatever it is that I wanted. And it wasn't necessarily about money, it was more about changing the way that I think, because your life will get better just by changing the way that you think. If you just start writing, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, who cares about if you're wealthy and negative? Nobody. It's you just don't need that. You just don't need that. So I also started keeping an alarm every single day. I would have like 10 alarms, different times of the day, and there'll be a different affirmation on there. Something that I was just using to remind myself every single day that yes, that I am optimistic, I am positive, things work out for me. Abraham Hicks has a affirmation meditation for 10 minutes, which is everything is working out for me every single time. And I think that you have nothing to lose and everything's a gain if you actually do this. Every time you hear yourself speaking negative about yourself, or even about others, just instantly change the affirmation in the moment. If you said that you're unhealthy, just say, I'm progressing on my health journey. You don't have to lie to yourself. Sometimes when you lie to yourself, it feels inauthentic. You don't need to do that. You can just say something that's along the way that shows that you're making progress on that journey. Now, self-talk is only a portion of it. Your image, how you view yourself, makes up a great deal of how your life will turn out. Now, to do this, it started off small. I had to start off with very small changes, things that maybe I didn't necessarily care about. Because the more you care about something, the more you're attached to that. My friend said to me to visualize myself. There was a point where I had very bad anxiety. I couldn't even drive anywhere. It was a shocking time, and I can't even believe it. I honestly I can't believe it. I can't believe that it happened. But there was a period of time, and I'll go into detail another time. But he kept on saying to me, "He was like, look, park up. You're afraid to drive right now. That's fine. Visualize yourself going somewhere and feeling happy. So if you have something in your life that you want to achieve, so like for example, visualize yourself getting a job. Visualize yourself being the person that opportunities are flowing to. And if you don't know what to visualize, Neville Goddard always used to say, visualize yourself being ecstatic. Because if you are ecstatic, you're probably not unhealthy, you're probably not broke, and you probably are happy. So if you keep on doing those things over and over again, visualize that repeatedly every single day, twice a day. And in the daytime, try to live as if how that person would be living. And yeah, that doesn't mean that you'll have like a Bugatti or a Lambo or anything like that. Just try to think the thoughts. It's not about money, it's not about circumstance. Your circumstance is dictated by your prior thoughts. Your thoughts now should not be dictated by your circumstance. This is not people fall into this cycle. It's not a cycle. If you want to change right now, you can just make that decision. Change. And your circumstances will slowly shift depending on the potency that you have on your self-image, on the thoughts that you have. It makes a lot of sense for you to try to do this because you spend the most time with yourself. You should be your best friend. I'm not going to say that out in the world that there are haters because there's not. But it is easier to have people cheering you on if you're cheering yourself on. It is so much easier to live that way. But yeah, change your self-image and that will change your life. If you change the way you view the world in itself changes. Think about it. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you have learned something today.